Time is never found again. Or is it? By blahblahblah1703. Chapter 18. I wake up to the snapping of branches. Not under someone's feet, but being pulled down from the very willow we are in. I thought this might have been avoided. Isn't there some kind of effect where one thing changes, many things should change in response? Like, why is this girl still snapping off branches to build a fire? In the middle of the night, in the Hunger Games. It's a surefire way to get killed. I'd find myself annoyed with her as I was in the first time around. Peter pulls me even closer to him, and when I look at him, he is looking at me nervously, with a question in his eyes and a pale tint to his face, visible even in the darkness surrounding us. I shake my head. He gives me a nod. He settles, pushing himself and me back against the trunk as much as possible, trying to meld into the tree and become unnoticeable. So, as the same as last time, we wait in the tree, while the girl gets the fire going and eventually falls asleep beside it until it's close to dawn. Another huge mistake. The girl must not have slept the night before, because she doesn't wake up until the careers are right on her. How she didn't hear them crashing through the forest is a mystery to me, but she doesn't even have a chance to run. Peter and I sit there and have to listen as the girl begs for her life, only to scream and cry as they play around with her life. Eventually her scream gets cut right off in the middle, the cannon blaring in the distance. I just press my face into Peter's chest, hiding away what is going on below us. The careers eventually come towards us, and Peter and I subconsciously hold our breaths, wide-eyed and terrified. Peter has 2 knives in his hand, and I subtly shift to grab another from his vest. My bow too obvious to load. They once again stop right on the outside of the weeping branches. They don't even look under them, or through them, and definitely not upwards. So they don't see us, but we have a perfect view of them. I can't lie and say I feel bad for killing her, but I so wish it was that District 12 bitch and her little boy toy. Glimmer spits out. I know, Cato growls. I want to know if she can actually use those knives, Clove pipes in jealously. I smirk at how upset she is that her vest was taken. I can see that she is wearing arm and thigh holsters as well as a belt with a few knives, but they aren't as numerous as the vest is. Love a boy too with that bow. Marvel joins in. I never saw him once at that station. I don't know for a fact they don't use bows down in those mines or in a bakery. I raise my eyebrows. Do they think we work down in the mines now? I guess that would make sense, because every single other district uses kids for their output. District 1 through 11, every single one of those kids has training and hands-on experience in their different specialties. Just another way District 12 fucks over their kids in preparations for these heinous games. I bet we can find them if we really try. Marina gets in on the debate too. They seem more inclined to focus on each other than the rest of the world. So it will probably be easy. She makes a thinking face. Though, with their scores, we can't be too careful. I have no idea how they got those scores. Especially her! She spits out the last word with more than a little venom. So, until we do, we still need to be cautious, she nods. Wow. Okay. The rest of them might be vicious killers with no remorse or hesitation, but she's the only one with common sense. Common sense in a place like this is dangerous. So many of the kids in here are running on pure instinct and guesswork. Keeping your head could be the difference between dying and surviving, and she's got her head screwed on tight. The rest of the careers voice their reluctant agreement before moving back towards the field. Likely they're going to get some sleep after a night full of hunting. Peter and I wait until we can't hear them anymore, before climbing down from our spot. Our bags packed tight. Peter has a knife in each hand, and my bow is loaded with my full quiver slung over my shoulder. After making sure the ghost is clear, Peter and I separate to go and check on our snares and dismantle them, ready to move on to the next location and get the hell out of here. We still have half a rabbit from yesterday, but between the two of us, that can easily be gone within the next hour, which is why both of us are excited to catch 2 more as well as a squirrel last night. I motion him over to the still hot coals from District 8, and we both make quick work of skinning and gutting the animals, roasting them over the coals, and putting in the same baggie as the rabbit from yesterday. Although we quickly pull out the rest of the rabbit and make quick work of our breakfast, staying right here because we know the careers won't be coming back any time soon. We also eat the rest of the wineberries from yesterday. A great and filling breakfast anywhere, let alone in the middle of the Hunger Games. When we finally do decide to move, we quickly come to the conclusion we need to head in the direction of the river to refill our water bottles. We have 3/4 of the biggest bottle left, but between the both of us, that won't last too long with hiking and the hot sun glaring down at us. We make quick work of the walk and eventually decide to wade through the river to get to the other side. It is shallow enough for us to walk, but we need to hold our packs above our heads, except for the waterproof one, of course. When we make it to the other side, Peter fills our bottles, while I keep watch, and we immediately take off after he is done. We move quietly, but quickly, through the familiar terrain. We don't go as far out as I did last time, not wanting to tempt another wildfire from the game makers by not being in range of the conflict, but we move far enough away to feel comfortable. Peter and I collecting dandelions and clover, laughing and joking with each other all the while, when another cannon is heard overhead. I don't remember every single kill, and when they happen during these games, but I don't believe this one happened last time. I might be wrong though, and it's not like I can ask Peter. We are constantly on camera and monitored, so I guess I'll just have to wait until tonight to see who is in the sky. Peter and I share a look and go back to our foraging. If I slightly close my eyes and ignore the slightly different, slightly fake smell, it is almost exactly like being in the woods back home. We aren't chasing each other through the trees and trying to tickle the other like at home, or having fun at the lake, but we are together, and that is the most important thing. For the rest of the day, Peter and I gather and hunt and look for another water source beside the river or the lake. I know there are little ponds dotted here and there, but I just can't seem to remember where they are, so we are just hoping to stumble on one. I shoot a gooseling, and Peter attaches it to the side of his pack. It swings with every step, but we can't cook it yet and alert the careers to our location. Along with our dandelion and clover, Peter and I find more wineberries, a tiny pack of strawberries, and some pawpaws. We collect everything, splitting it up between both of our packs. We eat a nice lunch of another rabbit, split between the two of us, a handful of dandelion and clover with some of our onions for flavour. Finally, we have one pawpaw and a single handful of wineberries. A filling lunch. Rarely ever beside the careers do tributes get 2 meals a day, let alone 3. I just hope Peter and I can keep it up. I doubt between the two of us we will have any problems. Though I wouldn't be surprised if there might be a few less things around us now that the game makers know our ability to feed ourselves. Although if the entire capital population still loves us, they should want us to take the end. So maybe it won't. I can't decide one way or the other. Throughout the entire day, Peter and I flirt and laugh, and are just together. Whenever we are around one another, we can't help it. Whether it is a shy smile or a wide grin, a sweeping hug or a small hand squeeze, booming belly laughs or eyebrow raised in a good-natured humour and teasing. We don't kiss or cross any boundaries, but you can see how comfortable we are with each other, and how much we trust one another, and how we instinctively know what the other wants or needs to do. Eventually, Peter and I do find a tiny little pond. It would barely be bigger than my house at home, in the seam, so I'm not sure the pond is best description. Maybe a very, very large puddle would be more apt. We drink our fill, draining the medium bottle, before we refill it and get moving. We move about an hour away from the pond, make a fire at dusk. The smoke should mostly be covered by the hour, and I doubt the careers will be looking right at this moment anyway. They are too busy eating and getting ready to go hunting tonight. So we quickly cook the gooseling, char the mushrooms, and stomp out the fire. We decide to eat the squirrel tonight, and chow down on the mushrooms as well. We eat the last 2 pawpaws and the strawberries. A filling dinner, once again. After we have our fill, we move to go to bed, once again sliding into the same sleeping bag, high up in a tree. Peter forces me to have the hat tonight, and I take the first watch. because Peter didn't get any sleep last night because of the fire fiasco. I can't believe he is still on his feet after everything yesterday and today. He really needs sleep. This time it is him who rests his head on my chest. I run my hand through his hair and caress his face. I run the back of my index finger down his nose. It is something my father always did to put me to sleep, and it works like a charm. Peter's eyes fall closed and his breathing evens out. "Good night, Peter," I whisper, only just loud enough for the cameras to pick it up. But I don't do it for them anyway. I lean down and kiss his forehead, and give him an indulgent smile before I turn my attention outward. There were 2 deaths today, the District 10 boy and the District 8 girl, according to the anthem, which I offer a salute, so that should be ample enough for the bloodthirsty capitalites, at least for the night. Peter and I should be relatively safe between our banter today and our sweet moments. We still haven't kissed on camera for them, but I know we are going to have to wait for the right time to do so. Either way, we should be relatively safe. Right? End of chapter. Hi guys, hope you enjoyed that one. Oh boy. What can you do? They're doing their best and they're so far doing well, but that's a jinxing statement in the Hunger Games. Anyway, you guys know the drill. Check me out on Ko-fi and Patreon, links in the description below. And remember to like, comment and subscribe and hit that bell to get notified for whenever I ever upload a new video. Have a good day, night, or whatever time zone you're in. Bye my guys, gals and non-binary pals. I'll see you in another video. Take care.